responded to me. So let's do a reaction. All right, she said, if I've seen it, I'm sure you have seen it. The mini lives and series of videos that the other girl, her words, Melanie Alicia, has put out. Yes, I have done my mini lives because your audience won't leave me the hell alone. All right, and when you had the opportunity to shut it down back in March, you didn't. So this is what happens when you run a platform full of bullies and you know they're bullies and you choose not to shut it down. Yeah, so since you failed to do your job as the person who's running your page and running your platform, I did it for you. Let's keep reading. Normally, I wouldn't give this type of drama my time, but it's a bit continuous at this point. Yeah, because your audience won't leave me alone. To set the record straight on my end, yes, we did have a conversation because I felt she was being rude about my channel. I was being rude about your channel when your audience was coming to my platform bullying me. I didn't start the comparisons. I wasn't calling myself a flop. That's what your audience was doing to me. And like I said, where I'm from, if you want to throw darts, I can throw them back. Respect is a two-way street. So if you want me to be respectful to your platform, then your audience need to be respectful to mine. She deleted that conversation shortly after so it is never to be seen again. Yeah, I deleted it because at the end of the day, I didn't want all that extra drama on my platform. I didn't. And I knew that to the outside world, it looked like I was spiraling. I was crashing out. I was doing this. I was doing that. So yes, I deleted it. And I also deleted it because I thought that as far as me and you was concerned, it was over and done with. Okay? Because at the following weeks, I was off here. I was mourning my miscarriage. Okay? You're the one who proceeded to shade me further. Okay? Ari, I'm talking about back in the cut. Her audience is still harassing me, still bullying me to this day. Some girl decided to comment under my first live and say that maybe if I wasn't shading back in the cut, then maybe they wouldn't be bullying me. And I made a live this morning basically setting the record the fuck straight. And she has responded to me, so I'm reading it back, you know? So that's what's going on, girl. Her audience just will not leave me alone. I woke up this morning to some weirdo talking about basically trying to justify how I've been getting treated for the past 4 months. And we ain't finna do that. All right, so she said, did I make a community tab post about a new commentary channel and say, hopefully they don't switch up? Yes, I did. Thank you for taking accountability. What was petty of me? That was petty. That was petty. You don't think that's petty? If you don't think that's petty, then what I was saying about you wasn't petty. Again, respect goes both ways, boo. It goes both ways. It might have not been petty to you, but it was petty to me because we had a conversation. And you know where that sentence, hopefully she don't switch up, you know where that's rooted from. It's rooted from me and what I did on my channel. So of course that's petty. Don't get on Beyonce's internet acting stupid. Okay, you revealed you got a degree, so I know you ain't dumb. Let's not do that, boo. Let's not do that. After that, I never really talked about any other channels in my videos. Of course you don't, because you only keep one person's name in your mouth to stay relevant. However, this other creator still chooses to say passive-aggressive comments about my commentary in her videos. No, I don't. No, I don't. And at the end of the day, It's all opinion based on a broad neither one of us know. Okay, I'm entitled to whatever opinion I want to have when it comes to Chloe. Okay? You might have had a little conversation with her sister, but don't let that go to your head. You still don't know Chloe, no more than the next person. And if I did say something passive aggressive, what did I say? What did I say? I'm reading back in the Cuts little respond. She did a little post on her community post. I'm reading it. I'm doing a live response to what she said. You know, since she wanted to tag me publicly, I'm responding back publicly. I'm giving her what she's looking for. I'm giving her the attention she wants. So yeah, back in the Cut, what did I say that's passive aggressive? And at the end of the day, whatever I said, guess what? All bets are off. You lost the right to be respected by me when you chose to shade me that day. Because again, we had a conversation. And it should have ended there. And it didn't. All right, let's get back to what this girl got to say. Okay. And to go to the extent of commenting about my channel and other creators' sections. And will. Again, you lost every right to be respected by me. Okay? You don't get too many chances with me, boo. You would know that if you actually knew me. But you don't know me. You don't. I gave you one chance to get it right with me, and you failed. Okay? I gave you one chance. And everything I said in the other girl's comment section, guess what? It was the truth. I was warning her about how she might be attacked the same way your Looney Tune audience attacked me. I was warning her. Because guess what? Being bullied and harassed, it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good when all you trying to do is grow your platform. Now, if you had some control over the Looney Tunes that follow you, maybe I wouldn't have nothing to say. Girl, done pissed me off. Let me get back to what this clown got to say. And to go to the extent of comment about my channel and another creator sections, all these videos and series she's making, she's bringing up on my channel. Bringing up my income on YouTube and why not, I still have my day job. Okay, and, and did you quit? I'm a quote Nicki Minaj. Did I lie? Did I lie? No, you ain't making a life-changing amount of money. Anybody with common sense or any knowledge of how YouTube works will tell you that. No, you're not making a lot of money. Sorry. No. A person with your following, with the amount of views you get, no, you're not making a lot of money. And that's facts. Sorry. I may not be paid on YouTube, but I've done a lot of extensive research of how this freaking website works. Okay? I've read this book cover to cover. I know how this app works. Find somebody else to play with. You ain't making a lot of money. Now, back to the, all these videos and series. No, I'm just setting the record straight. And it wouldn't be nothing to set straight if your audience would leave me alone. You taking all this time to type up this novel. All you had to do 4 months ago was shut it down back then. All you had to do was say, y'all leave her alone. You got time to respond to me, but didn't have time to shut it down 4 months ago. Where was this energy 4 months ago? Did she make a Chloe commentary video first? Yes. Yes, I did. Thank you for acknowledging that. As she says about me, this isn't her platform. As she says about me, this isn't her platform. I was excited and welcoming to have a reaction community, but here we are. No, you weren't. No, you weren't. Because you joined the train of bullying and harassing just like everybody else. Because if you truly wanted to support me, you would have shut it down 4 months ago. You really would have. But I think you enjoyed seeing me get attacked by your community. You enjoyed seeing me get harassed. Because otherwise, why didn't you shut it down? It's on her community post. Go to her page. You'll see it. You'll see it. But yeah, you enjoyed seeing me get harassed and bullied. You enjoyed it. Let me go to the other. I made 2 screenshots. And yes, I would take this to the DMs, but she had me hidden and doesn't accept DMs on TikTok. So, no, I don't. But guess what? Like I said, boo. Give me your information. Okay? And we can chop it up. I might slide in your DMs. We can chop it up. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't. But everything I said in my videos is facts. And you know it's facts. Everything I said, you confirmed. So you know I ain't lying on you. I ain't lying on you, boo. I'm not lying on you. So at this point, you need to take a page from your own book of what you love to sit around and talk about concerning Chloe, and you need to take accountability. You need to take accountability of the fact that you had an opportunity to tell your audience, hey, we're not going to be bullying and harassing over here. You should have did that months ago. And maybe if you used your platform for good, other than allowing your little trolls to sit around and bully me for 4 months, maybe we wouldn't be here. Maybe we wouldn't be here. Maybe if you had just left our conversation where it was and promoted the other person in peace without shading me, maybe we wouldn't be here. But no, you couldn't just leave the conversation at where it was. You couldn't leave good enough alone. No, while I'm at home crying myself to sleep every night because I lost my baby, you over here trying to shade me. I get back online, I'm seeing somebody who I thought I made peace with shading me. How do you think that makes me feel? How do you think that's supposed to make me feel? The one person on this internet who have an iota of what I'm going through when it comes to making this content, when it comes to dealing with the constant hate, when it comes to dealing with the constant criticism and scrutiny, the one person who I thought I would have in my corner, you over here joining the bandwagon of people shading and disrespecting me. No, I don't know you. You don't know me. But when it comes to this content shit, you should have had my back. That's the realty. You should have had my back. Avani, shut your ass up. Because I still remember, are you calling me a fly? So now shut your ass up and get your ass off my damn live. Because you one of the damn trolls I've been making all my damn videos towards. But your stupid ass 5 followers calling me a flop. Shut your ass up. Anyways, back in the cut. Now, what, anything else you got to say? I have never said I'm a victim because I'm not. I didn't say you a victim back in the cut. Your audience is trying to paint you out to be a victim. Because they're back in my comments talking about, had I not been throwing shade to you, their audience, your audience wouldn't be bullying me. So they're trying to paint you out to be a victim. That's what that is. No, I don't need to take a breather, Avani. Because where was that energy 2 weeks ago when you were over in Bria's comments disrespecting me? Again, shut your ass up. Nah, I'm sick and tired of all you motherfuckers. Sick and tired of it. You do realize that telling me I have 5 followers. Exactly, and I do make content, and you don't know what it takes to make content because you ain't never turned on a damn camera in your damn life, and you probably won't. So guess what? While you over here calling me a flop, how about you try to make some content for once, put yourself out there, and we'll see how good your videos do. Okay? But until that day happens, keep your 2 cents about other folks' content that they work hard to film and edit to your damn self. How about that? Now, and that's all the attention I'm giving you. Back to back in the cut. But you said, I have never said I'm a victim because I'm not. I don't even know what that would mean in this context. This is a silly little channel on the silly internet. And that's all I'll say about this. Well, that's all you can say. Because I said nothing that wasn't factual. I said nothing that wasn't factual. And everything she addressed in this little post, all she did was confirm that everything I said was the truth. And at the end of the day, her audience needs to leave me the fuck alone. That's what needs to happen. At the end of the day, need to leave me alone. And if you left me alone, yes, I know I have her hidden. Yes, I know. Because my thing is this. This is my stance. This is my stance. If you don't know how to respect me, then you don't get to have access to me. That's my stance. Okay? It's as simple as that. If you don't respect me, you don't get to have access to me. And she showed me 4 months ago she don't respect me. So as far as I'm concerned, it ain't nothing left to talk about when it comes to her. But I would appreciate it if her audience, if you think I'm a flop, if you think I'm switched up, if you don't like me, if you don't respect me, that's fine. Everybody is entitled to their opinions. But I'm going to ask you to do the one thing y'all it seems like you don't know how to do when it comes to Chloe Yasmin herself. If you don't like me, then stop engaging. I'm a small YouTuber. I don't stand to gain anything from this stuff. So why are you still on my channel? I'm a nobody on YouTube. You compare me to other large creators, I'm a nobody. I got 1,500 subscribers. That's nothing compared to the tens of thousands of subscribers creators like Chloe Yasmin got. I'm a nobody. So if I'm so this and if I'm so that, obsessed with what? And obsessed with who? Y'all are obsessed with me because y'all the one who's still on my channel 4 months later. Okay? Now, anyways, why should she respect you when you are loud and belligerent? No, because all people have total typical suspect. Motherfucker. Typical suspect. Okay. Look, you're going to be off my live. Because one thing I don't do is the racist shit. I ain't doing that. What else? You're obviously obsessed. Obsessed with who and obsessed with what? Okay? I'm over here literally editing a video as I speak. The only thing I'm obsessed with is growing my channel. Okay? That's the only thing I'm obsessed with. Let's get that straight. But it wouldn't be nothing to talk about if her audience would leave me alone. That's it. That's it. It would be nothing. I don't know if it's public or not, but I was able to see it because she tagged my name in it, Ari. But It would be nothing to talk about if her audience would just leave me alone. You claim you don't like me. You claim you don't respect me. You claim I'm a flop. Okay, then. Stay off my platform then. Stop engaging with me then. It's as simple as that. But I know y'all can't do that because y'all can't even do that with Chloe. You don't like me, but yet you own my shit week after week. Every time I leave a comment, you quick to dogpile me. And for what? Because of some shit I did 4 months ago that has nothing to do with you? What I decided to do affected me. It didn't affect you, weird motherfuckers. The very engagement you're giving me, you're on my live. You're giving me engagement right now. And guess what? All the watch time I'm getting from this is going to count towards my goal. You're giving me engagement right now. Thank you. If you knew anything about YouTube, you know that. Anyways, y'all need to just learn to leave me alone. It's as simple as that. Just leave me alone. Watch the content you respect and call it a day. I can't even leave a comment under somebody else's content without being dogpiled, without being reminded of the decision I made for myself, something I chose to do, mind you, okay, without being attacked. I know what I did 4 months ago, and I know why I did it. So why do you constantly keep bringing it up as if I'm supposed to feel bad about that? I know exactly what I did. Okay? And I know why I did it. It's chess, not checkers with me. Because I did not want that energy on my platform. That's why I deleted the conversation. I don't even remember which post it was on. But I didn't want that energy. And then after having the conversation, I thought that was the end of it. I didn't need to keep that conversation on my platform because I didn't feel like I had anything to prove to people. Me and her had the conversation. I told her I just want peace. And I thought we had come to an agreement and understanding. And after that, I was cool with it. I was like, okay, well, I will continue to still watch her content. I'll continue to support all the things. I lost my baby a week later. I took time for myself to process what I went through and came back seeing her shading me. So no, after that, I haven't been watching her content. I haven't been supporting. I haven't been doing nothing. All right, fast forward 2 weeks ago. I leave a comment under Bria's channel. I left an actual comment congratulating her, telling her I'm proud of you. You know, healing is never easy, but it's necessary. Keep speaking your truth. Just trying to be encouraging. Somebody commented with the bullying. I took my comment down because it's like, you know what? I'm not doing this on this girl's channel. I'm not. And then I leave another comment and I speak my opinion in which I'm entitled to. Somebody said under Bria's comment, you really didn't need back in the cut, something along those lines. And all I said was, I mean, the fact that she got more views on this interview than Bria does, that's diabolical. That's my opinion. Because again, if you want to interview somebody, fine, interview them. Fine. But guess what? That's Bria's story, Bria's sister, Bria's mama, Bria's family, and Bria's trauma. And Bria is the one trying to build a platform from the ground up. In my opinion, she should have been the one to reap the full benefits of whatever engagement, money, views that video brought her. That's my opinion. And I'm entitled to that. Just like everybody else. And I'm not the only person on that video who had an opinion similar to that. I was just the only one attacked. That's it. That's it. And I wasn't even the original poster. But I was the only one dogpiled and attacked. Why? Because y'all don't like me. That's it. Not because you don't agree, but because you just don't like me. And I'm done playing these games with y'all. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. So it is what it is. If you don't like me, stay off my channel. It's that simple. If y'all are able to do that, because I see how y'all keep clicking into Chloe's stuff week after week. So if y'all are able to stay off my stuff, stay off my stuff. You don't like me? Fine. You don't know me. And I'm not the biggest fans of y'all either. So you just leave me alone. It's as simple as that. And if y'all learn to leave me alone, it wouldn't be nothing to talk about. It wouldn't be no back and forth. Okay? Y'all need to leave me alone. She should have shut it down 4 months ago. And it wouldn't be nothing to talk about. I would have more respect for her if she was woman enough to at least shut it down and be like, y'all, let's not do this. I would have enough respect for her if she had at least had the decency to do that, but she didn't do it. She didn't do it. So, and not only did she not do it, she then proceeded to try to shade me weeks later after we had a conversation. So no, I don't have nothing for her. Would you? Y'all judge me, but y'all wouldn't have nothing for her either if the roles were reversed. Okay? You wouldn't fuck with her either. So no. I'm sure she did want to do the interview. But y'all are missing the point. I feel like the interview should have been on Bria's channel. If Bria knew she was coming out with a channel, it should have been on her platform because it's her story. Simple as that. And again, that's my opinion. Nothing I say is law, but that's my opinion. And everybody's entitled to it. And I don't believe I should be attacked and dogpiled because of my opinion. Because y'all ain't doing it to nobody else. You're just doing it to me. So, no. No. And so I deleted that comment. Because I'm like, you know what? I'm not finna bring this energy on this girl's platform. This is her first video. I'm not finna play this game with these people. No. So why don't you talk to her? You know what? I'll be glad to talk to Back in the Cut. I will. I'll be glad to talk to her. Because, like I said, I didn't have an issue with her. She was the one person on this platform who had an iota of what I was going through. I knew what she was going through. I understood what she was going through. She understood what I was going through. I was supporting her. She was supporting me. It's her audience that came in and stirred the pot. Started comparing the two of us, calling me a flop, doing this, doing that, straight up attacking me without even knowing half the story. My initial beef was never with her. It was with her Looney Tune audience. That was my beef. Okay, I'll be glad to unblock her. But I got somewhere to be. And that I might actually end up being late to because I'm on this live. But I'll be glad to unblock her. I'll be glad to. And I don't mind. And I will more than likely unblock her sometime today, and I'll reach out to her. We can have a conversation. Y'all can run that back to her. Let her know. She'll be hearing from me sometime or another, sometime this week. But I'm just done being dogpiled. Now, I don't know if y'all ever been attacked and harassed and bullied and all this other stuff constantly, but it's not a good feeling. It's not a good feeling, especially when you know you ain't did nothing to people personally to deserve it. I've done nothing to y'all. The decision I made back in February, that only affected me. I lost that watch time. I lost subscribers, okay? That affected me. I'm the one trying to grow my channel. That didn't affect y'all. That didn't hurt y'all. Y'all might have went maybe 2 weeks without getting content from me, max. That's all that happened when it comes to that, as far as y'all are concerned. But my decision, that affected me. Okay? So for to be constantly throwing that in my face, what kind of logical sense does that make? At this point, y'all see I didn't slow up. Y'all see I didn't give up. Y'all see I didn't quit. Y'all see that I'm still growing. So what is the purpose of still throwing something in my face that didn't even break me? It didn't break me. It didn't ruin me. I kept going. I kept going. I didn't give up. So there's no reason to keep throwing in my face a decision I made in February. That makes no logical sense. All that tells me is folks want to be on some schoolyard, elementary, middle school shit. I'm gonna bully you until you get off of here. Nah. Nah. I graduated from middle school a long time ago. I graduated from high school a long time ago, and I didn't deal with this immature, childish shit. And I'm not interested in dealing with it now. I'm just not. Well, I would love to let it go, boo. Y'all need to let it go. Okay? Next time I comment on Chloe or Bria's videos, I would like to not be dogpiled. I would like to be able to share my God-given opinion without being attacked. When I post a video, I would like to not be called a flop and be compared to Back in the Cut. Because I'm not comparing myself to her. She's not comparing herself to me. Y'all are. So the people who need to let anything go is y'all. Okay? After you get done typing, if the result is the same, y'all need to let it go. Y'all need to move on. Y'all need to grow up. That is the result. That's all I can tell you. Y'all need to grow up. Because I'm not the one with the issue. I did what I had to do for me. It didn't have nothing to do with y'all. It didn't have nothing to do with her. And as a result of me doing what I had to do for me, I got attacked. I tell her, hey, your audience is on my head heavy. Somebody literally had the nerve, gall, and audacity to call me schizophrenic. Now, to attack anybody's mental health, I don't understand how anybody can feel comfortable enough to do that. But that is literally the kind of treatment I was getting. One thing I don't do, I don't play with people's mental health. And I don't sit around and label people different stuff just because I feel like I can. Especially stuff like that. You don't know a doggone thing about me and you're going to sit up and call me schizophrenic? That's crazy. And for what? Because I switched up my approach on content about somebody neither of us know personally? That is crazy. So yes, I'm pissed off now. Yes, I feel some type of way because I have dealt with the harassment, the bullying, the name calling. I've taken it to the chin for 4 months. And now we're halfway in July, and you know what? I'm not letting August meet us on the calendar without setting the record straight once and for all. Because the narrative that's been floating across this internet with my name attached to it, it ends today. It stops here. It stops here. Period. Period. There is no justification for how you all have been treating me. There is none. Sorry. And a lot of y'all really need to take a look in the mirror. You sit around and you judge Chloe. You talk about her day in and day out. And a lot of y'all need to take a look in the mirror. A lot of y'all need to do a freaking heart check and ask yourself, am I any better than her? Do I have any room to talk about her? And for a lot of y'all, the answer is no. A lot of y'all really need to grow up. You really do. You really do. And just because it's social media, that don't give people the license to be bullies. Because if I messed around and unalived myself because of the things y'all say to me on here, all of you will have that on your hands. All of y'all will have that on your hands. I'm a real person with real feelings at the end of the day. I'm not some internet personality. I don't get paid for this. I don't have a check to show for you all's harassment and bullying. I don't have that. So maybe if y'all don't want to see stuff like this, y'all need to watch how you come at people you don't know from a hill of beans on the internet. Because it's not cool. It's not. And then when people respond to you all's harassment and you all's bullying, then y'all want to try to sit around and switch the narrative and make it seem like I'm the one with the problem. No, I'm just the one who's been getting beat on for the past 4 months. And it ends today. It ends today. So I'm going to sit down and I'm going to think about if I'm going to unblock her. And I'll reach out to her privately. And that's going to be the end of that. And to her audience, if you don't like me, if you don't respect my content, then leave me the hell alone. It's that simple. I don't gain anything from this. This is not my job. I'm not getting rich from this. I'm a small YouTuber. Leave me alone. And if you think you can do it better, do it yourself. Nobody's stopping you from making this same exact content. Do it your darn self if you think you can do it better. Nobody's stopping you. I showed y'all in a video a few weeks ago how to make this same exact content. It's not rocket science. Get up off your butt and do it yourself. Like I said, I want to see everybody win. And if you do it yourself, I'll be glad to support you. But you mentioned back in that comment, that's why people started talking to you. Yes, I mentioned back in the cut in that comment because back in the cut inserted herself in those folks' business. If she didn't want her name mentioned, then she shouldn't have inserted herself in those folks' business. It's as simple as that. Okay? What Bria went through ain't got nothing to do with back in the cut. Okay? Just like it ain't got nothing to do with me. But guess what? She opened herself to be talked about when she inserted herself in their business. Now, if she don't want people talking about her, then stick to doing your reaction videos and calling it a day. Now, people do be bullying me. You don't see it. Okay? But people do be bullying me on a weekly basis. I just erase it because I'm not trying to keep looking at it. Okay? But please don't get on here trying to gaslight me. Because you don't know what's in my YouTube Studio app. You don't know how people be coming at me. I do. Yes, I talk about Chloe. I share my opinion and I try to keep it respectful. And that's another reason why I switched up my approach. Because guess what? I realized I can't come on here talking about a stranger any kind of way. Okay? And they be saying the same stuff you said, Avani. Calling me a flop. Saying other folks' content is better than mine. Calling me out my name. All types of stuff. Okay? If I had $1 for every time somebody has come on here with the rudest, nastiest, outlandish shit, I would be rich. I wouldn't even need YouTube. I really wouldn't. Okay? I have deleted more messages and comments in the past 4 months than I have ever done since having this channel. Of course, I take it to heart because people like you try to hurt me. People like you try to hurt me. And if you don't want people to take it to heart, why don't you be mindful of how you treat people on the internet? Why don't you be mindful? It's not difficult. It's not hard to be kind. It's not. I promise you it's not. It's not difficult to be kind. It costs nothing to be kind. It really don't. It costs nothing to be kind. Especially to people you don't know and to people who have done nothing personal to you. The way people have carried on this app concerning me, you would think I did something personal to them. You would think I did something to them. You would think I sat on this internet and talked about them, talked about their mama, talked about their dog, talked about their brother. You would think I did something to them. And I don't recall saying nothing about now one of you and doing anything to now one of you. Okay? But one thing I'm not going to do is continue being harassed and bullied and disrespected by strangers for free. If you going to disrespect me, I need to at least be getting paid. Okay, at least. I need to at least be getting paid. You know, at least. I don't know. But one thing about it, I ain't finna get dogpiled and disrespected for free. That's crazy. I'm not doing that. I'm not. Now, once I start getting fully paid, then yeah, people can say whatever the fuck they want to say. Because at that point, now you're funding my check. Okay? Now you're funding my check. You can say whatever you want to say then. Because the more engagement I get, guess what? The further my video gets pushed out into the algorithm. Okay? So you only helping me at this point. You know? But I'm not finna be called out my name and disrespected and all this other stuff free of charge. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. You gonna respect me. And if people don't want to see content like this, at some point you got to leave people alone. You got to. We're halfway through July. And people still stuck on some shit from February and March. It gets to a point where it's ridiculous. It gets to a point. Like I said, I'll consider unblocking her. And I don't know how or why I don't take messages on TikTok, because I always thought my inbox was open on TikTok, but it could be blocked. I don't know. I had to get a new TikTok account this time last year because TikTok blocked my account and I don't even know what the heck I did. I don't. Okay, I don't. All I did was read an excerpt from a book, and then next thing I know, my TikTok got banned. So, I don't know. Maybe it was copyrighted and they banned me for it. I don't know. So, because of that, I had to get a new TikTok, and I don't have access to everything that I had on my old TikTok. So, yeah. I'll look into that and see what's going on. But yeah, TikTok is a whole other complicated situation within itself. They blocking me from a lot of stuff. And I almost hit 10K on TikTok. So y'all don't remind me of what I went through with TikTok. But anyways, to sum it up, I don't have a underground issue with this girl. I don't. All right. I keep mentioning it because people keep bringing it up, Avani. I would love to move on. I would love to be able to make my content in peace. But people like you, because we're not going to forget how you were dogpiling me 2 weeks ago as well, people like you love beating me upside the head about stuff that happened 4 months ago. So I'm waiting for you to get it through your head that you're a part of the problem. No, I'm not on Reddit or the Discord. I haven't been on Reddit since like January. Because in my opinion, I joined Reddit because I thought Reddit was a safe place for us to voice our opinions on Khloe. And all I saw was people dogpiling and arguing and fussing and fighting and all this other stuff over there as well. And I saw that Reddit isn't a safe place to voice your opinion on Khloe Yasmin. It's just another community of mean girls. So to protect my own mental health, I got off of there, and honestly, it's like the same handful of people saying something about Khloe anyways. It honestly got boring, in my opinion. So I got off of there. Well, I appreciate nobody's been talking about me. I appreciate that, and I'm glad to know that. But yeah, that's why I don't be on Reddit. I haven't been on Reddit since January, to be honest. Honest to God. It got boring and it got toxic. So I got off of there. So I appreciate Reddit for the season I was on there because I was able to share my opinion in a semi-safe place, but then it got toxic. So I haven't been on there in months. But back to what I was saying, I don't have an issue with Back in the Cut. I never did. I supported her from day one. And my main issue has been with the people from her platform. Bullying me, harassing me, trying to drive a wedge between me and her, comparing me and her, insulting my other content, and all types of stuff. I don't care if my content got 20 views. At the end of the day, it takes courage to turn on your camera and press record and to try. It takes courage. And I will always be proud of my content. I'm not ashamed of my content. I don't care if my content got 5 views to it. That's 5 people who watched my content. That's 5 people who watched what I worked hard on. So I'm proud of it regardless. Okay? Think of it like this. If only 20 people watch a video, think about 20 people watching something that you do in real life. That's a big deal. So yeah, I may not be getting the views that Khloe Yasmin or Maya Graves or anybody like that is getting, but guess what? I'm turning on my camera. I'm punching fear in the face, and I'm turning on my camera, and I'm trying. Instead of sitting around saying, well, someday, I wonder how my life would be if I made content. Someday, I got all these ideas, but I'm afraid to try. No. It's so many people sitting on so much creativity, so much charisma, and they're robbing the world of their gift, but they're so afraid to turn on their camera and try. And I'm just somebody who's willing to try. So y'all will never shame me or make me feel bad about trying. Okay? Y'all will never make me feel bad about that. At the end of the day, I had well over 1,000 subscribers before I started making commentary on Khloe. And I earned every last one of those subscribers through my faith, consistency, and hard work. So you'll never be able to shame me for my content. I'm proud of my content. All right? Those are memories of how I've grown, how I've changed, all types of stuff. And if you actually sit down and watch the videos, it's actually good content. It ain't my fault the algorithm on YouTube is impossible to beat unless you being messy. That's not my fault. You know? That's not my fault. But the reality is when you're dealing with YouTube and its algorithm, let's be real, unless you're white, mixed, racially ambiguous, people ain't gonna be quick to click on your videos. Thank you so much, Christine. People ain't gonna be quick to click on your videos. If you're a typical black girl, they're just not. It is what it is. And I made a short the other day saying that Khloe Yasmin's white passing skin and her type 3 hair has been her saving grace. Because it has. It has. Okay? Because if she looks like me, she would have been got canceled. And we all know it. She would have been got canceled. It would have been over with for Khloe. So And this is what I've been doing for years, just sharing my opinion. Thank you. Oh yeah, I already seen your comment. Thank you so much, Christine. I really appreciate you. But I just been trying to set the record straight these past few weeks. Because at the end of the day, if I don't set the record straight, who will? Y'all ain't gonna do it. She ain't gonna do it. It took me making all these videos for Back in the Cut to decide to finally set the record straight. So, yeah, somebody got to do it. Somebody got to set the record straight. And until you have narratives floating around with your name attached to it, you won't understand. But yeah, I got to head up out of here. I got to get my baby and we got to head up out the door. I hope y'all heard my heart, okay? I will reach out to Back in the Cut sometime or another this week. And then when it comes to all the extra stuff, I hope y'all heard my heart. I hope y'all understand my perspective and my stance a little bit better, okay? Give me a chance. Give my content a chance. It's not that deep. All I did was add allegedly and in my opinion to my content. That's it. So don't come back with this again because y'all need to learn to leave me alone. Okay? So y'all need to learn to start being nice. Y'all need to learn to let stuff go. Y'all need to learn to grow up. Y'all need to learn to stop engaging with content creators you clearly don't like or respect. And when y'all learn to do that, then it won't be nothing to say. So I would love for you to stop trying to twist it around on me, Avani, because no matter what you say, how you twist it, it will never be my fault. So learn to take some accountability for your own behavior and your own damaging things that you say on the internet to total strangers. And stuff like this won't happen. Okay? I don't know how old you are, but grown-ups don't act like that. Okay? So that's all I got to say. Thank you guys for watching this live. And hopefully, if you support me, I'll see you in my next video. I have a video coming out tomorrow. And if you don't,